What I find disturbing in most of our societies today is that the youth are postponing marriage. Their idea is, if I want to have a good marital life, I need to finish my studies. I need to establish a career. I need to be making, I don't know, a 6-digit figure. Then, once I'm 30, I'm fully established, then I can think about the responsibilities of being married. That's what's happening. Amongst that group who's getting married like that, what do you think the divorce rate is? The highest. Why?
Because they're so individualistic.
When you wait that long, you become individualistic and you become selfish and you don't become flexible. You have your own way. You're not willing to truly live with someone. It's a give and take situation. Early marriage is extremely important in the religion of Islam. As you are developing and you're growing, that is the appropriate time to get married. Now you talk about the mawadda and the rahmah. How do you find the mawadda and the rahmah these days? What is society teaching you? How do you find it? Society is telling you, go get to know someone, talk to that person, get to know their personality, dig deep in their personality, and you find the youth 5 months, 6 months, an entire year, they're talking and talking and talking, and they want to know one another. And usually that does not end well. Usually that does not end well. See, I'll tell you something about human nature. We human beings, naturally we're actors. We act. Every one of us here who's sitting tonight is an actor. The minute you step outside of your room, you become an actor. You act in a certain way. We don't show our true selves in front of other people, right? When you're alone, when you're with your inner circle of friends, we behave differently than when you're in public with people. Now, just imagine if you know, on top of that, if you know someone's observing you and watching you and someone's interested in you, do you think they'll be their real selves? No. You know, the problem is sometimes we get youth who just got married. The brother, for example, will come, or the sister. The brother will say, Sayyid, she was an angel before marriage. And now that we got married, I discovered she's the devil. What happened? She changed overnight. I tell him, La habibi, she didn't change overnight. She's the same person. People don't change overnight. Enta, before marriage, you were blind because she was acting. You were in love and you were blind and you didn't know what was going on. You didn't see that side of her and she did not show you that side. Now that you're married and comfortable with each other, she showed you her real self. And the same applies to men. You know, they act so decent and so proper and so charming before marriage. Then right after marriage, oh my, they turn into a monster. And she's surprised. That's not the person who I signed up for. What happened? He changed overnight. No, he didn't change overnight. You were blind. You didn't see that side. The true mawadda and rahmah comes after marriage, not before marriage. That's what Islam teaches. Islam teaches at a young age, find the appropriate person by doing research. Research their qualities. Make sure this person has the good qualities. Believe me, brothers and sisters, you yourself, you cannot know what the real qualities are. Even if you've been talking to this person for 6 months. They're not showing you their real self. What are you trying to discover? What you're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg. Proper research means you go to their friends. If you're interested in a sister, if a sister is interested in a brother, and she wants to know about his akhlaq and qualities, indirectly approach his friends, her friends. Ask them, what type of person is he? If he's selfish, friends know. If he's arrogant, friends know. If he's generous, kind, good-natured, friends know. But usually we don't do that. We just find a person, we're interested in them, we fall in love, and then we try to discover their personality, and then we're stuck after that. Islam believes in early marriage, and I'll tell you why early marriage is important. See, right now when you're going to school, you're struggling. And then especially if you have to work. I know a lot of people, they study and work. Islam wants you to be married in that stage of your life. Because in that stage of your life, when you and your wife, you're together struggling, you're both studying, Maybe both of you are even working, especially the brother, he's working. It's not an easy life, especially if now you have an apartment to rent. You might even have children in the near future. That will solidify the bonds of your marriage in the future because you have a shared history of sacrifice. This marriage will last. These days, you know what's happening? People, they may get married in their 30s, 35, and then if he gets into an argument with his wife, and he doesn't like it, she doesn't like it, okay, let's go file for divorce. They don't have a history that glues them together. They don't have that shared past. But if they have that shared past, if they get into an argument, he's not going to want to divorce his wife. He's going to remember her when she was 22 and he was 23, and she stood by his side. And he was humble. He didn't have much money, but she was patient. He will never forget those days when she stood by his side. You think now over a petty issue he's going to get divorced? Unless he's crazy. See, that early marriage gives you a long-lasting relationship. And you truly appreciate each other. And I tell you, brothers and sisters, there's nothing more beautiful than going to college and preparing for your exams. And you as youth, you're full of desires and you have challenges, and you have a spouse who's there with you by your side. There's nothing more beautiful than that. I know families probably don't agree with me, especially parents, they're not going to give their daughter to someone who's still in college, but that's wrong. That's exactly when you need to give him a wife, because he's building his personality now. Make sure that they're building their personality healthy, according to the laws of Islam. But yes, parents also need to teach their kids, and that's where I agree with you, that marriage is also a responsibility. It's not some parents, they present it to their children that marriage is now your vacation after school. No, Habibi, it's not a vacation. Yeah, there's a vacation in the beginning, but that's it. Then you're miserable till the end of your life. I'm just kidding. Some parents make it seem that way. Now you're graduating it. The next step, there's this vacation called marriage. That's wrong. Parents also need to make sure that their kids understand their responsibility. When you get married, no partying, no wasting time, no being a party animal. You have to be serious now. You have to use your time wisely. And children need to understand that. So I agree with that part, but I still firmly believe in early marriage. And I think the more our society is postponing the age of marriage, the higher the divorce rate is, and the more problems we have in our communities. It's not solving anything. All it's doing, it's driving the divorce rate up. So that in itself is telling us there's something wrong.